I amaze easily. I know this about myself. I amaze easily. The fact that I can use a ballpoint pen to make messages on a piece of paper that other people can understand totally amazes me. The fact that a ballpoint pen can exist at all amazes me, that I can write with such an instrument. If you give me all the equipment and necessary ingredients, as it were, the raw materials, to end up with a ballpoint pen, I couldn't build one. I don't know how to make ink. I don't know how to make a ball out of a piece of metal. That's pretty real. I mean, the hardest thing to sculpt in the whole world is a sphere. How do they? I amaze easily. Nonetheless, in the kitchen, I love making food. I really, really enjoy making food for others to appreciate and for them to eat and enjoy. And once in a while I hit on a recipe that people like. Sometimes I hit on one they don't like so much, but once in a while I hit on one they like. And the funny thing is that I can't make it again. I can make something like it again, but the odds are I can't make the exact same thing again. Now, when it comes to recipes, people want the exact recipe. They ask me all the time, what was in this? How much? I want to recreate it exactly as it is. And I'm going, I don't think you're going to be able to recreate exactly what I had at that time when I was in that mood getting those tomatoes. You can't get those exact tomatoes again because we ate them in that recipe. You can even get the same variety, but you can't get the same tomatoes. And it's going to be challenging to exactly reproduce the same recipe, even if I tell you every step, step by step, exactly all the way through. And so I take a different approach. And my approach is, I like to make something. And now I want to have 10 or 20 or 30 or 50 varieties or variations of that thing that I can make. So let's say I can make a burger. I can make a raw vegan burger. I can make a raw vegan burger and it uses avocado. But we don't have any ripe avocados. Well, I can make a raw vegan burger and I'll use less, but a bit of tahini. We don't have any tahini. What are we going to do? Well, I'm going to find another way. I'm going to make a raw vegan burger and the primary ingredient is celery. But we don't have any celery. Okay, I'll make that burger and I make a burger and the primary ingredient is celery. But we don't have any celery. What are we going to do? Okay, well, do you have any fennel? We could make the prime ingredient be fennel. The texture's very similar. Oh, we don't have any of that? Let's use zucchini. Oh, it's going to come out a little too soft for your liking. You want more crunch? Let's add in some carrot. Oh, you don't want that exactly? Well, okay, let's do something completely different. Let's use mung bean. Little mung beans, and we'll come up with something with a texture that's similar again, or again, or again. And there's endless variations on the theme. I didn't have any of those things one day, but I had so much lettuce coming out of my garden. I just shredded lettuce and made burgers out of lettuce, and it was spectacular. I really like homemade. I add a couple of ingredients together and it reminds me the flavors that most people would say, oh, this is some kind of curry flavor. Okay, it's just a couple ingredients. It doesn't take much, but it gives you that feeling. I really like that. But I like a burger just as much if the only flavor that I add is caraway seeds. I like it just as much if the only flavor I add are fennel seeds. I like it just as much if I use Italian herbs or if I use some Middle Eastern flavors. There's endless variations, and I would encourage you today to play with making the same recipe differently over and over and over and over and over. And how many times can you make it different rather than, let me see if I can make the exact same thing. Okay, it's nice to be able to make the exact same thing. You have something that's really a hit and you want to call it yours and you want to refine it down to the nth degree, and it's like, this is precisely how I make this. Yeah, okay. But, you know, it's really nice to be able to have 50 different variations too, because then, as we know, variety is the spice of life, and you could have different. So many people say, really, you have salad every night? Don't you get tired of the same old salad? And I go, very rare that I ever have the same salad twice. It's just not the same. A salad tastes different if I cut a head of lettuce in 10 cuts, or if I cut a head of lettuce in 50 cuts, or if I cut the same head of lettuce and shoot to try to see if I can make it so fine that I can get 100 cuts. The texture's different, and the taste comes out different. And it comes out different again if I just rip the celery. Oh, I'm sorry, if I just rip the lettuce, it comes out different again, every single way. And I didn't even change the ingredients. All I changed was the texture of how I cut them and how much flavor. I make slaw. Now most people think of a slaw and they go cabbage, but why not make this, and that's only a cole slaw, but why not make a celery slaw? Why not make a lettuce slaw? Why not make a fennel slaw? Why not make a zucchini slaw? You can make slaw out of anything. Practically any vegetable will lend itself to you to do that. And now I've got all these different ones. And if I'm gonna put some kind of a cream over the whole thing, it works pretty nice with cashews, but it works equally well with macadamias, and it works really well with pine nuts, and it works really well if you blanch almonds and turn it into like an almond cream. Why not make them all different again and again and again and again and again, and have a repertoire of things you can do in the kitchen that expands dramatically, and you feel more comfortable. And if you don't have exactly what you need, you can just open the kitchen fridge, see what's there, and go, okay, I can make a meal out of this. It's not like, well, we don't have this one ingredient, I can't make it. No, be a little bit flexible in your kitchen and come up with a lot more things that you can do. Experiment, have fun with it, but also just make little changes on your basic theme and see how much you can appreciate. You might find your new favorite recipe. This is Dr. Doug Graham, encouraging you to up your health.